And it's my pet peeve because they stopped teaching history in schools here in Australia quite a few decades ago. History should be taught because there are pockets throughout history where in-group, out-group mentality was created by people in power, and it actually turned neighbour against neighbour. You were either part of the in-group or you were part of the out-group, and it needs to be brought back into schools. But for us here in Australia, it was a couple of decades ago it was taken out of schools. And I do know that many cultures, because history wasn't seen as leading to employment, so it got dropped from school syllabus. The same as we look at the classic languages, they got dropped a century ago. And yet if we all learnt Latin, for example, Latin and Greek, we would understand medical terminology. We would understand several different languages if Latin was taught. You would understand French, you would understand Italian, you would understand Spanish, and yet they dropped the classics. But that was a century ago. But there's definitely, I feel like you're in the epicenter of change. And Ultimate Karina, welcome in. A lot of first timers today. And Azumi, welcome in. A lot of first timers in the chat. Feel free to chat. Feel free to have your opinions. But Star, I feel as if you're facing an epicenter of hostility. Does that make sense if I put it that way? Inside your home, you're safe, you're protected. It's magical. But outside the home, it's like you feel it like you're at the epicenter. Okay, now, let's see. Evelyn, you are next. And I feel as if a week has made all the difference. Okay. I would say speak to your physician. Janine, welcome in. Evelyn, I would say speak to your physician. That's the first place to go. I feel you still have your tonsils. There you go. How did I know that? I feel somebody needs to check out like ear, nose, throat. It's exclamation point join, but the queue is full at the moment, Azumi. We'll get there. And I am going to squeeze in Hey TC. So, if Hey TC pops in the stream today, I'll squeeze them in. So, Evelyn, please talk to a normal physician. Well, there you go. It's quite easy to ask. Thank you, Janine. It's quite easy to ask your physician, can we rule out this? And you name it. What is it? Achalasia cardia. Okay, ask them to rule it out. And fantastic. I will put up the list, but I feel as if it's... Can you understand? There's a connection between coughing and something coming through your nose. I've done it with a cup of coffee. But I find, and I don't know whether anyone else has found, there you go. And I feel also your pillow may be soaked with something as well, Evelyn. Just tuning into your energy, your pillow might be soaked with something as well. And I feel as if ear, nose, throat specialist is the way to go, but ask them to rule out what Janine said. Because I find if you say to a doctor, I think I have this, and you name it, the doctors tend to push back. Whereas if you say, can we rule out this? The doctors are all for ruling things out. So it depends on how you present it to a doctor. Here in Australia, if you were to go in and say, I think I have this, the doctors tend to avoid even testing for it. I don't know if doctors are the same worldwide, but they think they're God. You've lived in your body, you know there's something not quite right. I'm glad you've got an appointment scheduled. And hopefully you like me and trust your GP. And if you say to them, can we rule this out? They will run whatever tests are needed to rule it out. And in ruling it out, if it turns out that it is that, bingo. But there's other things it can be. Because I feel as if there's also, to me, because I got the nose as well. Yeah. Okay. Evelyn, I'm getting discomfort within the home. And I want to say it started out as perfect, but I feel you've aged in different ways. I feel you've stayed young. And trust me, I am the eldest of 4 siblings, and we had a family photo taken not that long ago. And all of my nieces and nephews said I looked to be the youngest of them. And yet there's 10 years between me and my brother, 8 years between me and my youngest sister, and 3 years between my sister and the one just younger than me. And all of my nieces and nephews, their children, I don't have any of my own, said I looked the youngest. And I'm 58. It's like, go figure. But I feel as if you still look young, whereas your partner has aged. And I feel at one point there was a lot of understanding, a lot of you on a pedestal. Perfectly imperfect, welcome in. But I feel they've aged in a way that hasn't made them kind. Can you understand this about your partner? All spots are taken, perfectly imperfect. I'm getting there. And I feel as if there is a surprise opening up of your significant other. Evelyn, I feel there's a surprise opening up. No, not a surprise as in a shock. A pleasant surprise. And I feel it coincides with the doctor's appointment. Okay. I've got the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And I'm feeling that as being an action that comes out of the blue from another person. But it's a happy one. It's a joyful one. Who's writing? Someone's either keeping the books, as in ledgers. Dana, welcome in. Someone's either keeping the ledgers or writing a book. Can you understand this, Evelyn? I feel you can. I'm just not seeing it clearly enough. Sort of, but not really. I'm not seeing, as I said before you typed that, I'm not seeing it clearly enough. I know that it's keeping track of things or writing things down, and I'm not seeing it clearly enough. Then I feel include in it gratitude. Like, even if you flip to the back of your journal and write down 3 things you're grateful for every day, there's a positive change. Yeah. I feel there's a positive change, but I feel since last week there's been a positive change. It's like one step forward. So keep coming back, Evelyn. Yay! I'm so happy. Yeah, you've gone from 10 of Wands to 7 of Cups. So that to me is a change for the better. So keep working at it, Evelyn. You can do it. I know you can. Now, okay. I think you're pushing it 1,000%, Evelyn, but you're doing good. Oh, you're more than welcome, and thank you for keeping your promise, Evelyn. You did drop back in. And Charlie, you are up next. And Blue Moss Dragonette joined the queue. Fastest finger first. It's how it's working today. So, I do have to shout out a fellow Aussie. Because I hijacked them. They just started... They just started streaming as I started streaming, and New Zealander originally, but a fellow Aussie nonetheless. Blue Light Oracle. If you're not already following them, follow them. They are one of my recommended channels for when I'm not streaming. And, okay. Hola, Charlie. Now, let's see what... I feel as if the sun's come out for you, Charlie. I feel as if somebody is listening to your dream and understanding it. And I get in real life, not online. Can you understand that, Charlie? Somebody is listening to your dream and understanding it. Oops, that was me. That wasn't any divine guidance. I feel as if you've talked to someone about water storage. It might be somebody at a store but they're understanding it. Yeah. Okay. You've definitely taken charge of your own situation, Charlie. You had hoped that somebody would assist you. Yeah, you had hoped that there would be someone to walk by your side. I feel eventually there will be, but it's a building rather than quick. Magician. Yeah, you're manifesting somebody to walk by your side. As in a partner. And yet someone who is not needy. Okay, a lot of swords here. You know what I'm talking about here, Charlie. Thank you, Stahar, for the hydrate. I could do with a coffee. And I do know that Charlie rewatches the VODs with closed captions. I do feel disappointment here. But it's not going to be the disappointment that you're thinking of. You're thinking of a solo journey. I'm seeing different. I'm seeing magic happen. Just when you think it's done and dusted, up comes a surprise. But you want somebody who walks beside you and isn't dependent on you. It's a big ask and you're feeling like it doesn't exist, but I'm here to tell you just... I feel it may have kept you up at nights. Just have fun is what I'm getting. Just live your life and have fun with it. And I feel as if the right person will cross your path. I feel someone who is more into camping than shopping. Don't get me wrong, this person actually does enjoy staying at luxury places, but if you ask them to pick between camping and shopping, they'd pick camping. And they're actually quite devout. Whatever faith they follow, they're very devout. They honor their faith. But right now you're stuck in, I don't think that person exists. That's where you're stuck. And don't worry, Charlie, I've had the thought of maybe I was born in the wrong generation. Maybe I should have been born like in the 50s or something. But every generation has their pitfalls, their perils, and their rejoicing. You know, anyone born just before World War One would have seen war, depression, war, rebuilding. You know, you think of generations that have come before us. There's people who had to share an outdoor lavatory with an entire block of other houses, and they all shared the one toilet. And in today's day and age, people actually see that as ooh. But to a lot of people in generations past, that was the norm. Yeah. You will actually find somebody who resonates better with you. I feel as if they're still in your energy. The past person is still in your energy. But just have fun. The right person will cross your path. I feel as if you're doing it solo. I've got quite a few swords right in the middle, so I feel as if you're doing it solo for a period of time at least. And hopefully that resonates, Charlie, because I am getting true success. It's like true success is when we have success in our dreams, you know, what we dream for in life. We have success in several different areas of life. That is true success. But just think, Charlie, doing it solo sometimes, particularly the awkward parts, you get to lay the foundation. Just make it a strong foundation. A lot of people think going it solo is a negative thing. It's not. Because you get to lay the path for the other person to come and meet you. So make it a strong path. But I feel like dreams are coming true, Charlie, so keep persevering. It may be a little while that you're doing it solo, but keep persevering. Yes, you can redeem an oracle. Just press that little button. Channel points button. And you let me know which one. It's 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit.